Hello and welcome to another business success tip. My name is Christina Woolard and I run Learning First Academy, where we help business owners learn everything that they need to learn to help make their business more successful. So today's quick tip, I'm going to be talking about planning and why planning is so important, and also how you can start planning more effectively to make sure that you're being more productive within your business. Okay, so planning. I love planning. I'm a real planner, so it's something that comes quite naturally to me, but I do know that there's lots of people who prefer to do things a little bit more flexibly, so that they're kind of seeing how things go. Personally, I think the benefits of actually having a plan, having a clear structure for what you're going to do and when, I think there are tons of benefits. Those benefits being that, first of all, it helps you keep more focused. When you're running a business, there are 1,000,001 things that you need to do, and it can be quite easy that when different opportunities pop up, that you think, oh yes, that's a great opportunity, I'll take that, and oh, now there's another opportunity, I'll take that one. And what actually happens then is that if you haven't got a clear plan that you're following, you can tend to jump into all these different opportunities, but what happens then is that actually you never finish anything, because you're so quickly you're so often taking all these different opportunities that you don't finish what you actually started. So I think that planning definitely helps you keep much more focused. It also helps you be much more productive. If you have a clear plan, so you've got your goal, what you want to achieve, and then you put a clear plan in place for how you're going to reach that goal, what happens then is that rather than thinking that you've got all these hundreds of different things that you need to do, you can just follow what you need to do that day, and you've put that in there because you've done your planning. So I would definitely say that helps you keep more productive, and it stops you procrastinating, because rather than getting up in the morning and thinking, oh, what shall I be doing today? You've already planned what you're going to do today, so you don't even need to have that conversation with yourself. You can just sit down and get started. So I really think that planning helps you become more focused, more productive, you stop procrastinating, and also it helps you achieve your goals much more often. If you've got a clear goal that you want to achieve, you put a plan in place, and then you're constantly taking actions to achieve that goal, it's obvious, it's going to be much more likely that you're going to achieve that goal, rather than if you don't put a plan in place and you think, oh yes, I'd love to get 100 new customers by the end of the year, but you don't actually plan how you're going to get those customers. So it's pretty obvious, it's pretty standard stuff, but it is amazing how often people can get caught up in the day-to-day stuff and don't take the time to sit down and do their planning. So what I do with planning in my business is, first of all, I have a yearly plan. So I have a goal for what I want to achieve for the year, and then what I do is then I sit down and I make a note of all the things that I need to do to actually be able to achieve that goal. And some of these things, they're quite big tasks, so they're not going to be something that I can do in a day or an hour. These are things that will go on over a few months. So what I then tend to do is, once I've got my goal for the year, I plan in all the different component parts over the months of the year, so I can be seeing what I need to be doing when, and what I need to be focusing on at different times of the year. And obviously there's going to be things which, more than one thing happening in each month. But then what I can do is then at the end of the month before, what I do is I sit down and I then plan, what am I going to do this month? I look back at my overall plan, just make sure that it's all going to plan and it's still in line with what I want to be doing. And then I can sit down and then plan my actual activities for that particular month. So if my overall plan for the year is perhaps to get, let's go back to earlier, 100 new customers, 100 new clients. So to be able to do that, I need to have, if you're starting your business, you'd need to have a website in place, you'd need to have your pricing structures in place, you'd need to have your offer in place, you'd need to have your advertising in place, your promotional stuff, and then it gets to a particular month, and that month, your focus for that month is actually to start doing all your promotional stuff. So then what you can do is sit down and work out, well, what kind of promotional stuff do I need to do? Maybe it's then that you need to do a particular networking events, maybe you need to do a particular advert, maybe you need to get engaging with people on social media, and you can then break that down so that in this particular month I will attend 2 networking events, I will post so many times on Facebook, I will do a particular advertising campaign, and so then that month you then break it down even further. You identify when the networking events are, you put them in your calendar, you identify what you're going to be, or when you're going to be posting, and anything that you need to do beforehand to get all that ready. So if you need to get your posts ready, then you can sit down and plan in what you're going to post and when. And if you're going to be doing an advertising campaign, you then plan what days you're going to sit down and actually launch the advertising campaign. What happens then is that it means that it takes everything, which is all in your head, all going a little bit crazy, and it just helps you become a little bit clearer. So you're not thinking about everything all at once, you're just focused on the tasks at hand that day. And of course, there will be day-to-day stuff that you need to be doing as well. So if you're then planning, you can make sure that you're planning all of those day-to-day things in there as well. That could be business stuff, but it could also be personal stuff that you need to do as well. It might be that you've got kids and they've got a parents' evening that you've got to attend that day. So by actually planning, it means that you can look and see, well, what else have I got that I need to make sure that I'm accounting for, so that then you're not feeling negative if you don't manage to achieve everything, because you've seen that you've got something else you need to do that day, so you've actually tasked yourself with less activities that day. So that's what I do, how I plan in my business. I honestly think that planning is really, really essential for anybody who wants to be successful in their business. If you've got tips or hints or how you plan or how you manage your time, then please do share those over in the Facebook group. I'm always open to hearing about new tips and ideas as well. I hope you've enjoyed this tip. If you want to find out more about working with me, about the programs that I offer and the coaching that I offer, then please do get in touch. And I look forward to seeing you on the next business success tip. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.